This is Rivers with information gathered from The Control of Nature, Atchafalaya by John McPhee. Before I get into the specifics of the reading, let's discuss certain aspects of rivers. As we have learned already, the earth is really old and water erodes. So a few thousand years ago, the land had a different form than it does today. Over time, as water runs through an area, it takes away sediment, the size of which varies by the speed of the water. The faster the water, the larger the sediment it can carry. As McPhee has mentioned in his book, water can move gigantic boulders with ease. As we see here, within roughly 150 years, a massive amount of land has been taken by the water. Humankind can try to stop or even slow the might of water, but as is stated multiple times in McPhee's book, a fight against nature is a fight you are sure to lose. Here is another good example of the power of water. This stream, over time, has eroded the land to this degree. Flowing water will erode in a V shape, while glaciers will erode in a U shape. This is due to flowing water taking sediment from the bottom as it flows and eroding from that point, while a glacier's weight is more evenly distributed, so the bottom is more rounded out. As a stream flows, it will carry sediment from the faster moving sections and deposit that sediment in slower moving sections. The slower the water, the smaller the particle size that is deposited. Here are some good examples. You can see the point bars on both images. On the image on the left, you can even see how much sediment is under the water next to the point bar. You can see the buildup through the water. Eventually that buildup will increase enough to extend the point bar. On the left here we have a good example of an Oxbow Lake, and on the right we have a good example of what an Oxbow Lake looks like before it is formed. Water goes where it wants to, when it wants to. So when it is curved like in these images, eventually the sediment will build up enough to cut off a section of the stream and connect it another way. What is left is an Oxbow Lake. I can't tell if this is water in the Oxbow Lake or if there is not. If there's not, then it's called a meander scar. Streams meander, and when they cut off a portion of themselves and create an Oxbow Lake, over time that water will evaporate and create a meander scar. On the right, we can see point bars, an Oxbow Lake, and what could be a meander scar on the bottom left of the image. The image on the left is a good example of how a stream disperses itself. It has the main stream, and we can see the distributaries as well as the smaller order streams that feed into the main one. Streams have different orders. It starts out as a first order stream. When two first order streams merge, it becomes a second order stream. When two second order streams merge, it becomes a third order stream, and so on and so forth. The Mississippi is a major drainage basin for the United States, draining 31 states. It is a 10th order stream, one of the highest order streams in the world, and it all drains out into the Gulf. The Atchafalaya, a word meaning collision, is a distributary of the Mississippi. Many say that it is where the Mississippi has chosen to flow. As McPhee states in his book, the Atchafalaya will take whatever it is given and then take some more. However, if the Atchafalaya takes the Mississippi, New Orleans would no longer be a port city. The entire economics of the area would change. It would be forced to adapt to what nature decided, just like humankind has done since its existence. The Atchafalaya is fed through the O River control structure. Humankind has been trying to change the flow of water for a great deal of time, and as is evident from the readings, nature generally wins. It just takes some time. The man-made levees has fallen time and time again. While the Army Corps of Engineers are confident that they have the upper hand, all nature needs is time. Time to erode the ground beneath the structure. Time for sea levels to rise even higher. Time for longer and longer floods to come in and sweep the structures away. Fighting against nature is a losing battle. We must work with nature in order to survive.